Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. We're just running around here going about our normal days, visiting with clients and answering questions, hopefully helping people out. And it's funny, one question that I have answered 4 different times today, and I think that it might be something that a lot of people are curious about, is, you know, with our mosquito control, when we're spraying for mosquitoes, and if you do it yourself or you have it done, a lot of people are surprised to find out that the only thing that we really spray is the landscape area, the trees and the shrubs. And I say landscape, also the trees, especially the ones that are about 10 feet or lower, the underside, the canopies and stuff like that. So people are curious as to why, you know, why aren't you spraying other areas of the yard, maybe fences, why aren't you spraying the grass? And it's kind of a twofold answer. First off, mosquitoes, they hate the sun. They want to stay out of the sun. So the landscape area provides shade for them. They're able to get out of the sun, and that doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense, but when you stop and think about how small a mosquito is and the fact that they can go and get inside of a bush, it's going to provide an ample amount of shade. It's going to get them out of that sunlight and give them what they're looking for. Another reason too that you do the landscape areas and you're not worried about the trees that are above 10 feet is that the mosquitoes, they don't like to get in the wind. They try to stay out of the wind. And for obvious reasons. They're small, they're lightweight, and it doesn't take much of a breeze to pick them up and carry them. So that's one of the reasons they stay low to the ground, to stay out of the wind. They stay in the landscape areas to stay in the shade and out of the sun. Also, and maybe one of the more important reasons it's the landscape, is that one of the primary food sources of mosquitoes is nectar, and they're going to get that from the plants inside of your landscape. So when I say twofold, the landscape is serving 2 purposes for the mosquito. It is providing it shelter from the wind and the sun, but it's also providing it food and nourishment. So that's why we primarily only treat the landscape areas. When you talk about things such as like the mosquitoes, the breeding areas and things like that, the approach or the standpoint that we take is that yes, they're going to be spending time in the breeding areas or the egg laying areas, which is usually going to be stagnant water, but we're going to treat those areas by inadvertently contaminating the mosquito while they're getting their food. And when I say contaminate, one of the products we use is called an IGR. It's an insect growth regulator. So what happens is that that's mixed inside with the insecticide, and the mosquitoes, while they're feeding on the nectar or getting out of the sun in your landscape, they get this product on them, the IGR, the growth regulator. It adheres to their skin, and when they fly off and go back to where they're laying their eggs, that washes off of them and it gets inside of the stagnant water, and it not only affects the mosquito that it got on, but it also affects all of the eggs and larvae and everything else that is also inside of that water. So it's kind of a cool process the way it works. It's not haphazard. There's definitely a very strategic approach to it. So just remember that, you know, you don't have to treat your grass. You don't have to treat other areas that the mosquitoes may be getting you over there, but it's because they have flown from this area to that area to come get their blood meal. So anyway, just interesting facts. Landscaping is providing shelter and food, so that's the areas you want to treat, and that's where you're going to have the greatest benefit, and you're going to get more bang for your buck, if you will. So anyway, if you got any questions, please feel free to ask down in the comments. We'll help you in any way we can. So y'all have a great day.